Welcome to Notes on Area of Regular Polygons, Lesson 10.5, and this is Part 2. Okay, and in this lesson we're finding the area of a regular polygon. Okay, and remember that we said in the first video that your area is 1/2 AP, 1/2 the apothem, and I gave you a picture of a possum to remind you that it's called apothem, and times the perimeter. Okay, so let's go down now. We finished 2 problems. Let's look at a triangle now. So if I have an equilateral triangle, that's a triangle, and of course, with all sides equal. So let's see, how's that going to work? Let me see if I can get my thing straightened out here. I think that'll help a bit. Okay, so let's take this equilateral triangle, and let's say that each side is 6. All right, if each side is 6, maybe you can see this a little better. All right, if each side is 6. All right, now we know that in an equilateral triangle that your angles are 60. And what's going to happen then down here, this angle, this 60-degree angle at the base is going to get split into 30 and 30. Let's try to get this situated a little better. There you go. Okay, you should be able to see that better. Okay, now I think you can see where we're going with this. We're going to split this. All right, so we have 30, we have a 30, 60, 90. All right, of course, opposite of the 30 is your x. Your hypotenuse is 2x. And this is x square root of 3. All right, so we have x square root of 3. Now, if the entire side is 6, then just this portion for this triangle right here is going to be 3. All right, so this is going to be just a bit challenging. Let me box that. So from here to here, this half of this side is 3. So x square root of 3 equals 3. Okay. Now we could go through the long way was to divide by the square root of 3. We're solving for x. And then multiply above and below by square root of 3. We'll cancel. So x equals 3 square root of 3. And in the denominator, the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. Okay, so it's all going to cancel. The 3's will cancel, and you're left with x to equal square root of 3. Okay, so if x is a square root of 3, that's good. Let's go and solve the rest of it at the top here. So we're going to have 1/2 AP. 1/2, and we have the apothem. Your apothem is right here. Okay, that's your x, and we said that x was square root of 3. So let's go back up here. Apothem is square root of 3. And your perimeter, 6 times 3 is 18. All right. So let's take half of 18. That's going to give us 9. So we're going to have 9 times the square root of 3. Sorry. So half of 18 is 9. 9 times the square root of 3 will just be 9 square root of 3. All right, so that one was just a bit challenging, but I think you can work through it. Okay, let's go to the back. Okay, let's do example 2. Find the area of the equilateral triangle and it has a radius of 4. Okay, so it's that same type of problem. You've got 60. This is going to come down as your apothem. All right, this angle is going to be 30. So it's x, 2x, x square root 3. All right, so if 2x equals 4, that means that x is going to equal 2. So here you have 2 square root 3. All right, that's going to be half of the side, so the entire side is going to be 4 square root 3. Okay, so if your whole side, so let's do the formula now. The formula is 1/2 AP. 1/2, your apothem is right here, 2. And your perimeter, remember you got 4 square root of 3 all the way around for each side. Okay, so you have to take 4 square root of 3 plus 4 square root of 3 plus 4 square root of 3. So 4 times 3. So 4 plus 4 plus 4. That's going to give you 12. So it's 12 square root 3. All right, so half of 2, that's just going to be 1. So 1 times 12 is 12 square root 3. Okay, all right, let's skip that one, the next one, and let's go down to the 3 that we have here. Let's do an equilateral triangle again, all right, and this time, let me turn the lights back on. Okay, this time let's say that the radius, or the apothem is, oh, they give it to us, sorry. The apothem is 2 square root of 3. Wow, they didn't make it easy, did they? So let's go ahead and draw the radius here. And remember again, this is 30, 60, 90. Okay, so that's your x. And we don't need the 2x, but here's your x square root 3. All right, so x, so you know if x is 2 square root of 3, plug that in right here for x. 2 square root 3 times the square root 3. So we plugged in x, which is 2 square root of 3. We plugged it in right here, times the square root of 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 3, we all know that is 3. So 2 times 3, 6. So that makes this entire side to be 6. All right, so let's use our formula, 1/2 AP. So 1/2, okay, your apothem was 2 square root of 3. And your perimeter, 6 times 3, which is 18. Okay, half of 2 is 1, so 18 square root 3. And you're done with that. Okay, let's go to example 3. Let's do, for the sake of space here, let's do the last one. All right. This is a hexagon, 6 sides. All right, so let's figure out what this angle is. Remember on the last problem, we just know automatically this is 60, don't we? But in a hexagon, you may have forgotten what each angle is. So if you forget, remember the formula is n minus 2 times 180. So 6 minus 2 times 180. All right, 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 180 is 720. All right, so your total for all of your angles inside of this hexagon is 720. So 720 divided by 6 is going to give you 120. All right, an easy way to remember that is that if it has 3 sides, each angle is 60. If it has 6 sides, you're just going to double it. It's 120. All right, so that's going to cause us to have, if this entire angle is 120, it's going to get split to be a 60 because you're only going to use half of it on this inside. Here, that should help you. Okay, so this inside portion is 60. All right, here's 30, and there's 90. Okay, let me make that a little clearer maybe. Okay, so you have 30, 60, 90. You may not be able to see that very well. Okay. All right, so let's say that in this problem the apothem is, well, first let's label it x, 2x, x square root 3. Probably need to go back to my pencil here. All right, x square root 3. So let's say that the whole side is 6. All right, so if your side is 6, then that would make x to be 3. All right, because it's half of that side. So if that's 3, that's going to make this side, your long side, to be 3 square root of 3. Just plugging that x in. So let's use our formula, 1/2 AP. So we have 1/2. Your apothem is 3 square root of 3. Okay, now, what is your perimeter? All the way around this thing. Okay, so you've got 6 times. Okay, so 6 times 6 is 36. So your perimeter is 36. Oops, going the wrong way. Let's make this so you can see it. All right, so instead of taking half of 3, because that's kind of ugly, let's take half of 36. Half of 36 is 18, so we have 18 times 3 square root of 3. Okay, 18 times 3. All right, have you figured that out yet? It's 54 square root 3. I'm sorry, you can't see that. Okay, 18 times 3 is 54, so you have 54 square root of 3. All right, let's do one more, and that'll be the end of this notes. All right, let's do a square this time. Okay, now on the square, the angle, let's review first. Okay, on the triangle, your angles are 60. On the hexagon, your angles are 120. And on the square, this one's easy. We all know that each angle is 90. Okay, so let's go ahead and split it so you'll have your triangle here. Now remember, the formula is 1/2 AP. All right, so let's say that the radius is 8 square root 2. 8 square root 2. Okay, and you remember that this is a 45 because it's half of 90. 45, 45, 90. So you're going to see that the square is pretty easy because it's a 45, 45, 90. All right, so it's x square root 2. You remember the format? So x is 8. All right, so let's go through here. That makes the entire side, if this is 8, the entire side is 16. Okay, so we have 1/2. Your apothem is 8. And 16 4 times. All right, 16 times 4 would be 64. All right, why don't we take half of 64? That's 32. All right, 32 times 8. Okay. So to keep me from messing up, let's do this. $256. All right, so let's review just a bit. So the angle in your square is 90. The important angle in your equilateral triangle is 60. And the big deal on your hexagon is 120. All right, and that's going to conclude your notes for 10-5. Thanks for watching.